The UN's goal for its members' foreign aid budget is deceptively slight, a mere 0.7% of GDP. 0.7% of GDP, it is possible to create a future of sustainable living, prosperity and equality. The path forward is so easy it would seem, yet we appear to see so few results. What is reported on the media are the failures of the aid sector, some of which, it goes without saying, are appalling. But we rarely seem to hear positive aid stories. And perhaps this is because development organisations such as the UN so often fall short of their goals. The UN has not, after all, eradicated extreme hunger, absolute poverty, nor has it achieved universal primary education, as it pledged to do by 2015. But is this the fault of the UN? I do not believe it is. After all, that deceptively modest target of 0.7% of GDP is met by only 6 countries worldwide, one of which is the UK, a fact I think we really should be proud of. In the face of indifference and resistance, the UN and other international bodies continue their fight for a hopeful future, and this fight is centred around women. The Sustainable Development Goals released in 2015 place a particular emphasis on women's health, education and equality. Goal number 5 aims to achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls by 2030, putting a stop to harmful practices such as child marriage and ensuring economic opportunities are available to all regardless of gender. This is certainly ambitious, but undoubtedly a worthwhile cause, and one that can only be achieved through the mobilisation of our logistical and financial potential, as well as our empathy and generosity. The empowerment of women and girls is vital in all aspects of international development. When barriers to female participation in education and employment are erected, development suffers. It becomes more difficult for women to care for their families and send their sons and daughters to school. Poor maternal care can leave children without mothers and increase the risk of HIV and AIDS, trapping communities in a cycle of poverty. This cycle can be broken by improving the prospects of women, guaranteeing their education, empowering them to make their own choices about marriage and fertility, and ensuring that they can utilise their skills to find paid work. This, it is important to note, is not merely the struggle of strangers far away from us. When we unlock the potential of women in developing countries, the world benefits. It becomes safer, more peaceful, more creative and more prosperous. It will be enlivened with the voices of those whose contributions have hitherto been ignored, creating opportunities for all of us to learn and develop. My interest in these matters was kindled by 2 things, one of them being my study of economics, and another being my participation in events such as Model UN, which I've done so for the past 3 years. Believe me, these opportunities are not wasted. By equipping my generation with the knowledge of the machinations of international politics, we are better prepared to build a better future. And we are not indifferent, we are engaged. We will be the generation to lead the push for prosperity, the push for peace, the push for progress.